straight to Rich at the door. My friend Will!
Hello!
And the camera person's in there. That's weird, isn't it? How did that happen?
They just randomly appeared like 10 minutes before you.
My friend Will. Right, always need an excuse for a cuddle with my friend Will.
What's up all you cool snakes and neonates? Hope you're all keeping well.
Come on, my friend Will. It's been too long since I last seen you 5 minutes ago when we went to B&M's and Smith's.
Raided the Hot Wheels car.
Raided the Hot Wheels cars. There's no sponsorship of Monster on my channel, by the way. You can't display those cars. It's alright, I'm only joking. So, we're down here at my friend Will's house. That's right, we're doing that episode everyone wanted to see. We're going to see some of his animals. We're going to take a look at just a few of them. Like I mentioned in one of the previous videos, he's got like double the animals I have. So we don't have enough time to cram about 60 animals in here. But we're going to have a look at a few of them. So there'll be a few episodes of Will's animals. We're going to start off with a few of the stars today, and then we'll fill some more, and then just over time we'll probably come back down to Will's a few times, but we're just going to have a look at some awesome and amazing animals. So we're not always looking at my animals all the time. It's always nice to see other people's collections and see how they keep things too. So let's take a look at some animals. Look at you. Are you going to come over? I can see you lip thinking. In the beard. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? You're just seeing your enclosure, not my eye. So, well, who is climbing on me right now?
This is Cosmo. And Cosmo is a blue iguana, or a axanthic iguana. And that's just the morph he is. There is actual blue iguanas for the Cayman Islands, but they're completely different from them.
They're an endangered species, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes. Very cool. Yeah, so the morph, the common name is a blue iguana. So axanthic, what is axanthic? What is that? That's a reduction in, is it red?
Red pigment.
Yes, red pigment, that's right. He's gorgeous. Will have to check my pockets for this little man when we leave. Where are you going? What are you doing?
He's gone through a shed just now, so I'm just making sure he's getting all his wee toes off. When they're shedding, they can sometimes get bits of stuck shed in their toes, and if it's left, it can actually build up over time, could actually restrain blood and make them lose part of that limb. So I'll always go around and check, make sure all his toes, his tip, his tail, even the spikes up here, they come off in like wee sleeves. They're actually quite smart. I just ended up with jars upon jars of them.
Oh yeah, the spikes, yeah, that's super satisfying. Yeah, I do the same with Alita, because there are a lot of tegus out there that are missing toes and things like that and stuff. So that's one thing I've been cautious of with Alita, is making sure that she gets rid of all of her shed and things like that. You look like a mohawk right now.
But
Have you seen that guy on Facebook with the haircut, and it's an iguana? It's cool. What do you think? Should Reptile Rich get an iguana haircut just like this? You might remember we used to have Iggy Pop. This little guy actually came from the person that we gave Iggy Pop to. I miss that iguana so much. I do love an iguana. I think when we get our own zoo, or even if we get more space, an iguana is definitely going to be on the list. And I think a blue iguana just like this would definitely be on the list, because I think the axanthic iguanas are just gorgeous. And Cosmo here is full of energy today, aren't you, my beautiful little man? But yeah, he's young, he's not fully grown yet. How big do they get when fully grown, Will?
6 foot-ish head to tail.
Yeah.
So that's from like the tip of their tail right to the tip of their snout. So he's probably about, I'd say about a fourth of what he's going to be. Maybe a third to fourth, probably what he's going to be. At that time he'll be I'm planning on a walk-in enclosure by that time for him.
Yeah, Will's going to lose his living room.
They come with an enclosure which was suitable for when they was younger, but they needed something a bit bigger, so I just got whatever materials I could get and built whatever I could build. It's no the most appealing like your store-bought Vivs, but it's functional. It holds the heat, holds humidity, it gives them enough space to climb.
And he's also got a tank, mate. Would you like to see his tank, mate? Of course you would. Well, am I alright just to pull it out? Now, of course, some people say cohabitating isn't great. And with certain species, that's possibly the case. But with this two species, they're actually known to get on really well. If you watched Theo's birthday episode, you might have seen this little guy. Look at this! Little redfoot tortoise. That is just such the cutest. Kirsten can't help but have a scratch. So, how cool is that? We've got two species in here together. We've got the red-footed tortoise and we've got the green iguana. Now, two different species. Does this guy climb? No, he doesn't. So what Will's done very cleverly is, and which is definitely a great big must when you're cohabitating or when you've got two species, two animals in one enclosure, is he's given multiple areas for basking, lighting, so they can choose to be together or they can choose to be apart. Now, the tortoise, of course, doesn't climb, lives in the ground, whereas the iguana is largely arboreal. So really, they never really meet. The iguana's always up high. He's got his own basking spot and his own UV light requirements up here. And then if you look down here, the tortoise has his own basking spot and his own UV light here. So they've both got the opportunity to be very apart or be very together if they like, which is awesome.
When it comes to cohabitation, I would say in any form, even when it comes to like cohabitation similar to this, or when it comes to cohabitation for breeding purposes, you always need to stay vigilant. So the first couple of days, even with like the initial introduction, you need to make sure both animals are awake and alert, make sure they can both see each other, they're not going to freak out, and you've always got to be there just in case. There's always a just in case. But since I put them in, I've witnessed them both eating. I've seen Cosmo looking down when For's tortoise's name, when For comes out for to eat some of his food. Cosmo just kind of side eyes him and looks down and doesn't really bat an eyelid, and then I've seen them both eating for this food dish at the same time and there's no sign of defensive behaviour from any of them. Aggressive behaviour I don't really like using when it comes to reptiles because I wouldn't class them as aggressive, they're defensive.
Yeah, like I say, if you're going to have two animals in the same enclosure, you're not going to save any space because even if it's the same enclosure, you still need to give them double the space, double the heights, double the basking spots, double the lighting. So even though the two animals are in here, really, Will's not saving any space here because you've still got to give them double the size of the enclosure. And as you guys might have noticed recently on the channel, I've been trying to put more and more greenery in the enclosures, and Will's enclosures that look like this are the inspiration and the reason behind that, because how good does this look? There is actually an Amazon tree boa somewhere in this enclosure. Usually likes to hang inside this log down in here, but we'll leave him sleeping just now. There'll maybe be an animal to get out on one of the next episodes, but I just thought you guys would like to see this beautiful enclosure right here. And it just goes to show, more green is better. I used to try and not put more in the enclosures because I felt like I was taking up space. But when you look at this, the animal's got so much space to hide, climb and go places. So, and then below this enclosure, you guys might recognise we've got our boy Roland in here. That's right, our boy Roland. Look at this beautiful big enclosure. He's got a shelf, he's got a hide. He's got everything he could need. He's got his nice deep substrate if he wants to burrow in. He's doing wonderfully here. I've had some nice update pictures of this gorgeous big man. He's doing fantastic. And then at the bottom, we have a Brazilian rainbow. Now this Brazilian rainbow and me are very acquainted. She tried to eat me one day, put it that way. I was down here and Will says, look, I've got a Brazilian rainbow boas. I love Brazilian rainbow boas. And yeah, she decided to take a little chunk of my arm. Will has paired these guys, and this has always been a bucket list species of mine, so there might be a baby Brazilian rainbow boa appearing on the channel at one point. Just don't tell Kirsten, although she is doing the camera lady right now. And this is another little project that Will's been working on. He was originally building it for vampire crabs, but it looks fantastic the way it is, with the fish and everything in it. I love it. I actually love it. It's beautiful. I wish I could build something that looks this good because it looks fantastic. You've got tannins in the waters from the real branches and things like that. Unfortunately, we're losing the tannins that was in the waters with the axolotls because you do so many water changes, it removes the tannins, which I hate because I loved it. It looks so natural and nice. I don't like a pure clean water tank. It doesn't look natural. And this is the very needy Mr. Bear. So who have we got here, Will?
So this is Raven, my IMG Possinoran. This is actually the baby to Aurora.
The mother to
Scratch that. That's actually the mother to Aurora, the IMG that Reptile Rich has got. She's still recovering from haying the litter, so she is starting to put her weight back on and get her body mass back.
How beautiful is that snake? Hello, pretty lady. How are you? Just gorgeous.
But what I love about the IMG Gene T is she started off looking really similar to Aurora, Reptile Richie's one, and she's just completely blacked out, but the white pigment is kind of wet like a bronzy, tingy colour. I just think that even adds to the black. Yeah, I love the dots here. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, the contrast of it. Yeah, that's why I like Akira, our mangrove snake, so much, because the contrast between the yellow and the black is just stunning.
And she just shed out 2 days ago, so she's sitting with that awesome paint job now. Like,
in other words, a lot of the animals shed before we came because they wanted to look their best for Reptile Rich coming and filming. That's exactly what it was.
Raven actually whispered in my ear, asked me, Dad, which is my best side? Is it this side?
Yeah, give him a good side. You got a good side,
She's
sweetheart?
about to come and see you.
You want to come see a Reptile Rich? No? Change your mind? Change your mind, sweetie?
Just sit one over.
Look at this snake! Is that pretty or is that pretty? Pretty going into my armpit. Yeah, my armpit. She's gorgeous. Imagine when Aurora looks like this. Super excited for that day. I'm into sweetheart.
Constrictor Amarilla. Common sort of name is short-tailed boa.
This is another type of red-tailed boa. Another South American species. Gorgeous little man.
It's actually a girl.
Is it a girl?
It's a
I thought
girl.
it was a boy.
Her name's Annabelle. I'm sure it was the stopple line. There's certain lines of the BCAs, I'm sure. And that she's for the stopple line. They tend to max out maybe about 6-ish feet.
Yeah, so they're sort of your average.
But their metabolism, from what I've been reading and what I'm understanding, is actually a wee bit slower than the BCIs or the BIs.
Yeah, okay. It's a snake. Where are you going? Tell us about this one, Will.
So this is a Solomon Island ground boa. So this is actually a fully grown animal, and she's maybe about 3.5, 4 feet long. They're a type of ground boa, and they've got, the thing I find most fascinating about them is their heads. They've got like a shovel head. It's like an elongated face.
Who's being spicy today? Someone's being spicy.
Spicy meatball.
The spicy meatball.
So this is Aurora's clutch mates.
Uh-oh.
That's the one that's been a bit spicy there. It's Oreo. She's an IMG Possinoran. And the one next to here, that's Lucy, and she's the same. So you can see the differences in the pattern and the coloration between the two. And they are genetically the same. And then Valak, who's down at the front, that's an IMG Motley Possinoran het anery.
Look at the contrast of these two beauties. We've got IMG and no MG. We've got the Moonglow. That'd be right though, because it's an abbreviation for melanin gene. But yeah, we've got the Moonglow, who I'm hoping for one of these one day, once this little lady is big enough. She's gorgeous. And we've got, this is actually IMG Motley, which is the extra gene, the Motley, which is a special pattern. And when you put the IMG with the Motley, they get more black. They're nearly pure black usually, aren't they? Yeah. The Motley IMG is the one that everyone wants because it's a pure black snake. But I'm like, well, I like the bits of white in them too as well, which is pretty cool. But look at the contrast between these two snakes. Isn't that crazy? Both the same species, give or take, but both boa imperators, but just different morphs. Isn't that cool? As I've said before, these genes are in these snakes. They're already like that. They're already in there. They just have to be crossed with the right parents with the right genes to create these gorgeous morphs. Awesome. Beautiful little snakies. This is a gargoyle gecko.
That's a genetic stripe. And if it's male, you call it Will.
This might end up coming home to Reptile Rich's house.
No, it might. It's happening.
It's happening. Okay, this is coming home to Reptile Rich's house. We're going to call it Will. My gecko Will.
As long as it gets boss, I'm no boss.
It's got me doing the camera work now, you know what I mean? Right, well, so we know we're meeting Ava. Tell us what Ava is.
Ava is a barn owl, and they're native to like the UK as well and Europe.
Not being biased, but these guys are found in the UK, and in my opinion, they're one of the prettiest owls out there. They're absolutely gorgeous. The freckling and the feathers and the different colours, they're stunning, absolutely stunning. Her face is beautiful, but there's a reason their face is shaped like that, isn't there, Will?
There is. So the circle that actually runs around the face amplifies sound into the ears, which are situated just below their feathers here. And the ears work independently, so one ear hears above and the other ear hears below them, which I find really pretty good, really pretty cool. They've also got one of the best hearing in the animal kingdom. They can hear a mouse's heartbeat from a certain distance away. I can't remember the specific distance off the top of my head, but I thought that was quite interesting. So she can probably hear mine in your heartbeat right now.
So people always ask me with reptiles, do they know if I'm nervous? And I'm like always saying, no, they don't care if you're nervous as long as you're calm and slow. Whereas Ava here literally knows when you're nervous, which is pretty cool. Or maybe not so cool. Oh, are you okay, sweetheart? Another cool fact about owls is their flight is silent, which is awesome as well. There's a YouTube video or a video kicking around, people measuring the sound of animals in flight, and the owl was completely silent. So they fly at night and their prey cannot hear them coming. They're very adept predators. Very cool. So, I'm dying to get a hold of Ava. Can I have a little hold of?
Of course. So what I'm going to do is just slip her off my hand, and then if you just push against as I push, there you go.
There you go.
And then just bring her wing in, and then if you let her get comfortable on you, and just watch her wing coming down the side you do.
Come on, sweetheart. There we go. You're okay. You're alright. You're alright. You're alright.
So see when she's flapping, if you just hold her up and out, oh, that's naughty. So when she's settled like that, if you just want to bring her back in closer to you.
Hello, sweetheart.
There you go, and if you just, she will hear you, so
Hello.
I usually talk quite soft to her, and
How are you? You're gorgeous. Is she alright with a tickle?
when she gets more comfortable, she is alright with a heat scratch, so if you just want to try, she will tell you off. Yeah. There has been times where I've been doing similar to what you're doing and having her in closer, and she's actually fell asleep leaning against my chest.
She's got the beard there though. How beautiful is this? Are you gorgeous? Are you beautiful? What do you think, guys? Should we get an owl on the channel? I think so. We've got a beautiful big summer house out in the back garden that would be fantastic to transform into an owl enclosure.
Oh, Ava's disagreeing.
You disagreeing, sweetheart?
No.
Yeah, you
I'm the one owl on the channel.
yeah. She's like, I'm the main owl. Hey, those police sirens awful for you.
Dream.
enjoyed our video down here at Will's. We didn't film everything, we're going to split it up into a couple of episodes. So as always, you can subscribe through my ugly mug right there. There will be a playlist for you up there and a random video for you down there. From me, Ava, the wonderful Will and the rest of the gang. Take it easy guys. Peace.
Bye, Will.
Bye. Oh, just to
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.